In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew pays courtesy call on Taiwan Ambassador Lin. TNT Parliamentary Police Youth Club induction and flag ceremony, and millions across North America await total solar eclipse. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Monday, 8th April 2024. I'm Scotty C. Hendrickson. Nationally, Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew paid a visit to Ambassador of Republic of China Taiwan, His Excellency Michael Lin, at the Taiwan Embassy on Monday. Prime Minister Drew expressed his heartfelt condolences for loss of lives and damages in wake of the earthquake on April 3rd in Hualien, Taiwan. He wished a speedy recovery to everyone who was injured and successes to rescue operations. The Prime Minister also reiterated that the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis will continue to stand in solidarity and support with the government and the people of Taiwan. The embassy has noted its gratitude for Prime Minister Drew's warm gesture and wishes for Taiwanese people. Taiwan will stay strong and resilient. On April 3rd, Taiwan's biggest earthquake in at least 25 years, a 7.2 magnitude quake, killed 9 people and injured more than 900. It also triggered massive landslides. As seasonal drought grips the hemispheric region, St. Kitts and Nevis is experiencing decreased rainfall and therefore low levels of reservoirs for distribution. The St. Kitts Water Services Department has implemented a water outage schedule across the island. From 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. or thereabouts daily, the following areas will be without water: Bird Rock, Half Moon, Olives, St. Peter's, New Road, Shadwell, Bastyr, Taylors, Connery, Keys, Cayon, Otlas, Lodge, Molyneux, Phillips's, Mansion, Tabernacle, Sadler's, Parsons Ground, Deer Bay, St. Paul's, Newton Ground, and Sandy Point. In a Facebook post, the department also gave a caveat for the return of water as pipelines have to be filled. It said, and I quote, "Water cannot be turned on or off immediately like electricity, since our thousands of feet of pipeline takes various times to get completely emptied after the supply is closed or completely filled after the supply is opened." End quote. The department strongly urges water conservation methods to be employed. The department also said that it understands that the frustration and gave hopes of an increased ease when new water sources come online later this year. Leader of the opposition in the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Mark Brantley, is calling for an urgent and sustained engagement to tackle the issue of crime and violence on the heels of 2 homicides over the weekend in St. Kitts. The opposition leader in a statement on Sunday, April 7th, said, and I quote, "I call for an urgent and sustained engagement with all stakeholders so that solutions and approaches may be fashioned to confront this problem. My prayers are extended to the bereaved families and our St. Kitts Nevis community at home and in the diaspora." End quote. Brantley said, and I quote, "I believe that the time has come for the government to accept that it cannot fight crime alone. The police and security forces, no matter how well equipped or well intentioned, must have the full support of the community if we are to prevail against the scourge of crime and violence." Brantley also serves as Premier of Nevis, called on the local community to consider that while the responsibility for safety and security lies with the government, the experience on the successive governments have shown that no government has been able to solve the problem, adding that crime is not a governmental problem. Crime is a societal problem. To tackle it, we need less politics and more policy, less rancor and more cooperation, less talk and more action. The opposition leader said, and I quote, criminals must be made to realize that there is no safe haven for them anywhere in St. Kitts and Nevis, and those who aid and abet them must understand that they will have no respite no comfort, no retreat, and no surrender. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is rolling out a comprehensive plan that will look at crime as a public health crisis to tackle the root causes of the problem. This was a measure that was discussed in April 2023 when CARICOM leaders met in Trinidad and Tobago. The local police have been rolling out several programs to tackle the issue of crime and violence in the country. In regional news, youth in Trinidad and Tobago were inducted into the TT Paramilitary Police Youth Club and participated in a flag ceremony on Saturday. More in this report.
The Paramilitary Police Youth Club, which was formed in 2022, gives young people the foundation they need to avoid a life of crime. Through the club, those between the ages of 11 to 29 have the opportunity to obtain personal and developmental training skills. Youth Club leader, woman police corporal Jamila Ramsey, said since the launch of the club, they have been able to forge stronger relationships with young people.
They will have a greater appreciation for the police service, and they will also have more respect for the officers and the laws that we, the officers, are sworn to uphold. This group will have more knowledge of their rights as young people, which will prevent them from becoming victims or perpetrators.
She said a ranking system has been implemented and regimental numbers will be issued to the young people on completion of their assessments.
Some of their events that they have already partaken in, which they recently completed, a fire warden training with the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. And I am proud to say that we had 22 of our young people who successfully completed that training.
Sharing remarks on behalf of the Commissioner of Police was the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Natasha George. She urged the young people to embrace the values of service before self and to put country first.
The Trinidad and Tobago Paramilitary Police Youth Club has embodied the principles of excellence, leadership, and community engagement. Despite the absence of a permanent training facility, your commitment to training and development has been unwavering.
The club is geared at representing the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service as its youth arm for all national parades and to be the foundation of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Youth Club Academy. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TTT News.
In more regional news, Grenada is on the path to re-extending the validity of their passport to 10 years. GBN News explains.
Grenadians can look towards their passports being valid for twice as long come mid-2024 when the government implements the 5-year extension on passport expiry dates. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell told our news desk minor setbacks hindered the smooth and quick rollout of the new passports.
We are expecting to have it addressed in the first half. There are a couple of internal issues. One, we have old passports. We are currently in the process of finalizing the contract with the supplier, Canadian banknotes, to in fact have the new set of passports ready. So all things being equal, certainly between April and June, we expect to be in a position where the passports for persons 18 and over will go back to 10 years. And for those under 18 will remain at 5. Obviously, there are cost implications as well, so we also have to address that and any other legislative changes we may need to address that as well. So we expect that will come on stream certainly before the end of June.
Last December, Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall, in his 2024 budget presentation, announced that Grenadian passport renewals from 2024 onwards would be valid for 10 years, a substantial increase from the previous 5-year duration.
For citizens 18 years and over, passport will now be issued for 10 years, and for citizens under 10 years for 5 years. Mr. Speaker, this policy seeks to increase the security of our passport while at the same time making it less cumbersome and frequent for passport renewal.
The issuance of the G-Series non-biometric passports by Grenada on August 4, 2006, with a 5-year validity, was in accordance with the Grenadian Citizenship Act of 1976. However, with the changing times and evolving needs of citizens, the government recognized the necessity to adapt and enhance passport services. The NDC-led government also hopes to digitize the application process for passports as they continue their paperless drive within in the public sector. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
In international news, a total solar eclipse will have millions of people across heavily populated of North America gazing towards the heavens on Monday as the moon completely blocks the sun for more than 4 minutes. France 24 News Report has more.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's how long the moon is expected to cover the sun during the total solar eclipse this Monday in Waxahachie, Texas. This small town south of Dallas is right in the middle of the path of total darkness, which stretches from Mexico and Texas through Maine and parts of Canada. And the town's population has doubled for the event.
My understanding is there's going to be over 100,000 that are going to be right in town here.
I'm very excited. I think we're all really excited just to be in the line of totality. It's a very slim line, so we're really lucky to be right in the middle of it, basically.
This is the region's first total solar eclipse since 1878. Back then, the weather forecast detailed cloudy skies all morning. But just before the moon lined up between the sun and the earth that afternoon, the sky cleared up. Residents across Texas hope to be so lucky once again.
Yeah, we've heard it's supposed to be cloudy. Unclear exactly how many clouds there will be or if there'll be high clouds or low clouds. I've heard that high clouds are not as bad as low clouds. So I would say I'm definitely nervous.
All the way in Canada, people are getting ready, buying solar eclipse glasses and visiting the Science Centre to understand this rare phenomenon.
Here at the Ontario Science Centre all weekend long, we are running the Astronomy Hub Eclipse Edition. So we're getting our visitors ready and excited for the upcoming April 8th eclipse. We're sharing safety tips for viewing the eclipse, ways to view it directly and indirectly, as well as some really cool hands-on activities.
It will look like that. It'll look very orange in color, and then little by little, it's like someone's taking a bite out of the sun.
The next total solar eclipse visible in this part of the world is not expected to happen for another 20 years.
And now for the weather. Present weather is fair skies. Temperature is 29 degrees Celsius or 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are a light air of 2 miles per hour. Seas are 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. Weather forecast in St. Kitts and Nevis today will be mostly sunny. Tonight will be fair to partly cloudy and cloudy skies in general. Sunset today will be at 6:26 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:59 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Scotty Hendrickson.